Hey YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, worldwide. How's everybody doing today? I'm just out here right now, hanging out by the cozy little fire behind me. Nice propane that Joe Biden's son is out here providing for us at a free, efficient rate. Yeah, just kidding. It's pretty windy out right now. I'm not sure if that's gonna have any effect on the quality of the sound that you guys are gonna hear. I guess I'll check it out afterwards, and we'll go from there. But yeah, I'm out here right now, just relaxing, getting a little heat on my back. Cause why not? You know, why not? So the flames are kicking. They're burning pretty hot behind me, and I'm just trying to warm up here a little bit. And yeah, so that's pretty cool shit right there. Yeah, so I'm not really sure what I want to talk about right now yet, but I was bored, so I figured I'd come out here and turn the old propane fire on. And, I don't know, maybe catch some inspiration on the way. So if you guys have been watching any of my other videos, I just want to thank you for clicking in and supporting. You know, it's nice to see the views on there, whether it's 5 views or 50 views. You know, it makes me happy that other people are hearing what I have to talk about, or whatever I'm thinking of at that moment in time. You know, so it's a pretty interesting world out there, as most of you know, but most of you don't know because you guys are all stuck in your own little bubble back home or wherever you grew up. You know. So I just want to encourage people to go out in the real world and go and see other parts of the country, go to different countries, you know, and question everything, you know. Don't believe anything you hear and only half of what you see. So that's just my little inspiration for everybody out there today on the internet, you know. Don't believe anything you hear and only half of what you see. So because now in today's world we're easily deceived, and yeah, so maybe that'll be the topic of discussion today, how easily humans are deceived. And I just wanted to touch on a little topic. It's kind of funny, I guess Facebook owns Instagram or whatever, and I think it's pretty ironic how the owner of Facebook, Mrs. Zuckerberg, well, Mr., you know, I don't want to get the gender pronouns mixed up, but Robot Berg, Zucker, the CNN head, same guy pretty much. He doesn't even have an Instagram account, so that just shows you what he's doing with the Instagram. He doesn't himself want to be slowed down with his, you know, he doesn't want to be slowed down and stopping himself from working and taking over your mind. So he's full on, you know, trying to. He knows exactly what the platform is there for. That's why he bought it, and he doesn't use it. That's like me buying a, I don't know, a fucking 2019 Ferrari, whatever, and letting it sit in the garage for the rest of my life. You know, you don't even. You get a guy to drop it off and hand you the keys, but you never get in and steer the ship. So that just shows you a lot about these heads of these corporations today, whether it's Tesla and Elon Musk. You know, he's back in the day, I believe it was like 2015, there was a big dispute of when he made the prices of his stock fluctuate because he said he was going to take it private. And I'm not sure if any justice was served out to that or if there was any fines that he had to pay, but it seems like the government is pretty much in his pocket, and he's got the government in his pocket. You know, they're take it out of his right hand pocket and you put it in his left hand pocket. You know, it's still in the same guy's pocket. So that's what basically is going on with the world, with the rich and powerful. They, you know, they're distributing the wealth amongst themselves and to nobody but themselves. And yeah, that's definitely the problem with the world. You always see these low-level entry jobs. They lock you in for 2+ years or whatever, and you're a gung ho guy out there trying to move up in the company, but the contract you signed says that you have to do your 2 years at your position before you even move. So they pretty much stall you out before you can even get going for yourself as a college graduate or whatever field or trade you're in. There's all these restrictions withholding you from being able to, make an advancement for yourself and for your family and for the world. So this is the world we live in. It's meant to keep the people down, and that's just what they're trying to do, and that's what they're successfully doing. I know there's plenty of people out there that have brains that are my age and even younger, and maybe a little bit older, that are way more bright and understand what's going on in the world. And these are the people that they try and stick in these low-level situations for as long as possible, because they know if they ever gain any power or prestige in a company, that they're going to see what's actually going on and kind of get rid of it. And so I'm just rocking my Don Bosco shirt today as normal. That's my, I guess you could call him my patron saint. He's with me everywhere I go, and I'm proud to have him by my side. He's got my back, he's got my front, he's got everything. He's got ears out there in the world listening for me, so I really appreciate him following me wherever I go and helping my path to help others' paths. If you don't know anything about him, I would recommend searching him up. He was a missionary back in the day in the 1800s, and he was all about entertaining the children and basically showing them that he did a lot of different things in the world. He built an oratory, which is like a school for people, and he also helped found the Salesian Sisters, which is just a program for women back in the day that got them to really realize their true power. And that's what the women nowadays, they're basically brainwashed to think that they're not equal to men, and quite frankly, the women are more powerful in the world because they hold the ability to reproduce within them. And men, we only have a dick between our legs and a peanut in our brain. But the women are really the ones out there with the true power, and what they want you to think is that you're not equal, and by them fighting so hard for you to get your equal rights, which you've already had granted by God with the power to reproduce, and you have the choice to reproduce with who you choose to. And obviously that's just pretty much where the world is at right now. But Don Bosco, he's a great saint. He was big in the trades. He taught people real world skills and what actually is going on in the world, and gave them the lifeline skills to give them what is, to make themselves as open to God and open to being as successful as possible. And that's just the problem with the world. As I said, it's they're trying to make women think that they're less than they are by having these big giant women marches. And I'm all for it, getting the women out there and making them believe in themselves more. But it starts from the roots of just school teachers and that kind of thing, and figures that you have around you as you're growing up, for you to be influenced by those people around you that really can show you what your worth is. And that's just what I want any woman watching this to take in, that really you are the most powerful people on the earth. The women are. Men, they can't do anything on their own, and it takes a good, strong woman to really make a man a true man, whether that is your mother or, it could just be a good friend or a wife or a girlfriend, So, I just want people to know that, and women to know, that they really are the most powerful. They're put here by God to make sure that, the generations are able to go on. He didn't make, he didn't just make man, he made woman. And without woman, there is no man. And without man, I guess there is no woman either. But, with science nowadays, they would take the eggs out of the chick, and you know how they are with science. They find a way around everything that is not God's true way of it, as it was meant to be. And that's pretty much just where the world is. It's a very demonic place. And so I'm gonna go to the word of the day real quick, and it is ghoulish. 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 So ghoulish means strangely diabolical or cruel, monstrous, a ghoulish and questionable sense of humor. So ghoulish is a good word of the day for the state of the world that we're in. I think it can be commonly used in every day. And one of the first times I heard that word, even it's ghosts and ghouls. You guys probably know It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. You guys, I'm sure, have checked into that show by now. And yeah, so they were talking about the ghouls and the goblins or whatever. And there really are ghouls and goblins out here. It is spooky season out here. It's the day before Halloween, and I haven't celebrated Halloween in probably about 5 years now, and that doesn't bother me at all because the candy that they're giving out, anyways, is saturated with all this garbage and all the chemicals that they want to put into your brain and your body to make you think in alternate ways, such as cigarettes. You saw me smoking a cigarette there, so I'm kind of kicking the can around with that one myself. But I've been working on it. I guess I've been getting pretty much better at it. I smoke 2 or 3 cigarettes out of a pack, then I throw the fucking pack of cigarettes away because I'm sick of myself. I'm sick of my own ways sometimes, and so I'm trying to get better at that, and that's really what I want everybody to do, is try and get better at. It's pretty cold out here, so I'm trying to warm my hands up. Believe it or not, Texas gets cold too, but right now it's about 42, 43 degrees out, and I got my nice jacket on and a nice pair of sweats and long johns on, and I'm just trying to catch the fire that is within me and behind me and throw it out to you guys so that you can maybe make an impact in somebody's life other than your own. And that's what we're here to do. Like I've said before, and I'll say again, we're here to not only influence our own lives to be better, but we're here to influence other lives. And that's what God wants us to do. He wants us to influence other people's lives as positively as possible, whether that be giving a homeless man a quarter or whatever you have to give him. Maybe you just got a box of pizza and you're driving by on the side of the road and you see the guy take a slice out and hand it to him. I'm sure that the guy will be very very happy with what he has been given and received. And there's no power like the power of God, and there's no power like the power of giving. And if we don't continue to give, then we're doomed ourselves, and those who we would have given to in the process, they are also doomed as well, because there's not enough people out there that have the same mindset as me, and that's what I'm trying to inflict upon you guys, whoever's checking in on this and maybe listening in pretty in depth. I'm not sure. I can't tell you from your view what you guys think of me, but that's all right. I'm just trying to preach for myself and speak to myself, and that's kind of what I've been doing here. And I like where it's going. So I'm not getting up to the followers or subscribers that I want. I do want to hit the 100 subscriber goal by the end of November, because I want to get a custom URL. YouTube put in a little thing now that you got to get to 100 subscribers to have your own custom URL. But when I hit that point, I know that it'll start to skyrocket, just because I'll be able to publicize a link directly to my channel. And yeah, so these are the steps in the processes of life that we have to go through. Sometimes they're put there by these companies and foundations, I guess, that are trying to inhibit what we're speaking of. I'm just trying to spread God's good word, and the subscriber count might not be where it's at right now, that well, but I'm not hanging my head over it. I'm still here trying to produce my good videos, and prove to myself that I'm made for this. That I'm here for a reason, and I know everybody's here for their own special reasons, and whatever that may be, I know if you pray to God, you'll find it. And I just ask everybody to pray for themselves and for their families. I mean, that's a pretty simple request. If you can't pray for yourself and for your family, then you're pretty much just a douchebag. And I'm trying to get better with my word play here and not swear as much. And if you know me from the past, which I'm sure most of you clicking on this know, I've always liked to throw out the vulgarity of words, and I've never been one to hold back, with saying bad things to people, or putting other people down. Which I've gotten past that point, and now I'm trying to just lift people up and make them better, as well as make myself better. So that's just the process that I'm encountering right now in my everyday life, and I just wish that everybody can meet with God here on earth, so we can meet Him up in the kingdom of heaven. You meet Him right inside your own head. It's in your head. So that's where God is. He's everywhere outside of your head as well, but the place that you can truly connect with Him is inside your head, and that way, once you do make a formal connection with God in your brain, He will show you through your eyes what you need to see, and where you need to be. And if you're in the wrong place, he'll definitely show you through the signs if you're in the wrong place or the right place. And that's all God wants you to do. He wants you to help others and lead yourself and as many others as possible on the path to salvation, is what they call it in the Catholic Church. And salvation is ultimately ending up in heaven and taking those who are around you on earth with you. And there's nothing more than I can ask for than that. And I just want to shout out to all my boys back home if you're checking this out. I love and miss you guys. I'll see you around Christmas, I'm sure. Might not be drinking, but you guys will probably roll me up on something nice, because I'm not around the area and don't have the plugs anymore. But I'm sure that the boys back home, they'll roll me up on some fire, and we'll get back to the old times of just relaxing around a campfire, maybe, and just having a good time. That's what it's all about, having a good time with the people that you love and you respect, and you want to encourage people to teach others your way. Whatever signs from God that you have, you need to express them to them. And I'm gonna go into I've been having plenty of visions lately in my life, and I think I'm gonna go into some other videos separate than this one, and really touch on them and show you how dynamic God is, and through His love, exactly how powerful He is. There's an old parable in the Bible. The parable is just like a story, I guess you could call it, from the olden days. It was an old word for like a tale, but these tales are true. They're not fairy tales. They are true tales. And there was a city, and I forget the name of the city, but it doesn't really matter the name of the city. But there was these people all out on the town, 80,000 plus, they said, and it was raining and pouring, and they were out there, I believe, to see Jesus. And what happened was the sun literally came out of the sky and ended up 2 times closer to the earth. So if you can imagine that, seeing that, and it dried everybody's clothes instantly and receded back to its original position. So that's just the power that God has. If you don't think that He can make moves for you, as we say nowadays, make moves for you here on earth, then you're just crazy, and you're disconnected from the world, and you're too connected to the internet and all the garbage that is being pumped out and into your brain. So yeah, pretty much the Bible is the holy grail of the New Testament. I believe that we're living in it right now in the New Testament. That these are the times that we will be judged for, and the world will have to the world will either pay or the world will stay. And either way, there will be a place in heaven or a place in hell for everybody. And that's truly how it will be. There are souls in purgatory at this moment, because obviously God, Jesus Christ, He hasn't come back yet. But I believe that He is here on earth with us no matter what. So I believe that He is back. and in the flesh again. And well, he is in the flesh in the instance, or the not the instance, the idea that he is in the Eucharist. And if you've ever sat in front of the Eucharist at adoration, Eucharistic adoration, then you know that he truly is here with us. And there's really no question about it. And yeah, so I'm going to go deep into one of the cool visions that God taught me through. And I hope that everybody enjoys it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm not really sure what I talked about too much, but I just want everybody to know that I love them, and love the ones next to you, love your neighbor as yourself, and never covet thy neighbor's wife or their neighbor's goods. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery. And those are just some of the basics of the 10 Commandments that we're really separating ourselves from nowadays. You can see that in just the way people carry themselves. They don't have $1 to their name in their bank account, which is not a bad thing, but they're decked out and dressed in all their chains and their fresh shoes, and they just care too much about what other people see them as, and not who they actually are. And who you are is what's inside, and not what you wear or where you live, or any of that kind of garbage. But it's truly an inside thing. Who you are, what you wear on the outside only projects an image to certain people who typically look at that. There's people out there that only wear a certain brand or a certain product because it means that they're of a higher class, or whatever they may think that brings them, or the power and influence that it brings them. But yeah. So I'm just venting a little bit to myself, to you guys who's checking this out. If you sat through this whole video or whatever, listen to it, there's not really much to see in my videos other than listening to them. So you don't really have to watch me on the screen. It's probably an eyesore if you do watch me on the screen, because I don't always put myself together as best as I should. But like I said, the image that it's all what's inside, it's not what's on the outside, and what's on the inside is what matters most, and that's just the truth. So we're all here, and we're all separate, and we're all different in our own beautiful, special ways. And that's just what I want you to take away from this video, is you are yourself, and there's no one else like you. And that's pretty much it, guys. And I hope you have a wonderful day, evening, night, afternoon. And that's pretty much it. Bye-bye. Peace out, Cub Scouts.